What is going on? It's Gia here, representing Gia's World, and I'm back with another update video. You know, it wouldn't be right without one of these. Caviar, baby. Caviar. I hope you all are doing well, and things are going well for you. You guys, I haven't smoked since Labor Day, and it's September now. I'm just saying, it's been almost a week since I had any weed. Greatly needed, because it's been an intense ass week. So I started my new job. I'm doing political organizing activism work across the state of Michigan. And I went back to my passion. I went back to public service, social justice, political organizing, activism, civic engagement, working with the people, talking with the people, listening to the people, serving the people. My passion. However, my passion is very intense and exhausting. It's not a traditional 9 to 5. It's not a traditional 40-hour work week. I mean, for one, we're in campaign mode, so how could it be 40 hours? I mean, we have to organize, mobilize, so we can actually get things done for our constituents, for our communities, for our neighborhoods, you know? So, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm not going to sit up and lie. It's tiring as hell. I mean, it's 7 days a week. And, you know, which I love what we're doing. I love the mission, and I love helping and serving the people. But I don't think that these types of jobs, as I get older, and that, you know, especially with my mental and physical health, and you know how you think one thing now and then you will think something different later. I know for a fact that working 7 days a week, 60 plus hours a week is not sustainable. It's not. And this is probably why these types of jobs have such high turnover rates. And also why a lot of people in these jobs are using drugs, alcohol, marijuana. They're using some type of substance or some type of coping mechanism to get through, because 60 plus hours a week, 7 days a week, nonstop, always trying to meet deadlines and goals, that is not healthy on the brain mentally, and it's exhausting physically as well. And let's not even talk about people who have families and children and loved ones, and you're trying to have a social life, and that's just it. As I get older and I experience stuff, I realize balance is key to everything. You know, you can't have all work and no play. You can't have all play and no work. You gotta have a social life. You gotta have a work life, an education life, a love life. Things need to be balanced. You know, look at my tat. My tattoo. I'm a Libra. Next month, October 15th, is my birthday. I'll be 26. 1992. 9 deuce. I'm a Libra. And we're known for the balance, right? But as a Libra, I ain't balancing shit. When I got that other tattoo, Libra, I'm not balancing much. So inhale. I'm not balancing a lot, and I gotta work on that. I went to Toronto. That was cool. I had a great time. You'll see another video before you see this that kind of... Well, I might make a special video where I just recap verbally what Toronto was like, because I will say it was dope. But I'm learning a lot about myself as usual. and venting and like being able to talk to somebody, and then also being able to listen to other people is needed. And I just want to say this: I am sorry to people that have been reaching out to me and need to talk to me and want to discuss stuff, and I've just been distant. I've been distant since May, since the end of May, early June. I've been distant. So 3 months, I have been like, and I'm still on this ongoing self-care journey. And it's ongoing. Now, with the job that I have currently, it lasts into the end of November, basically, after the election, the midterm elections are over. And then I'll need to apply for another job. And like a lot of people that are already in the field are already discussing how they need to start applying for jobs, because literally you have 2 months, basically, and then you need to really start figuring out what you're going to be doing with your life. While other people that are in the same field are also saving, like telling us about how we can save money, because basically when you're working 60 plus hours a week, 7 days a week, you don't really have time for a social life. Thus, you don't have time to waste money on being social, which is very true. But at the same time, bills, whether you're working nonstop or balanced with a social life, doesn't matter. They're gonna be there. So you're still not gonna be able to save every dime. You're still gonna have to pay bills and have responsibilities, unfortunately. But those, they were saying, because you don't have a social life, you're able to pocket money and save money. So when the job is over, you can still have some cushion. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I want to save at least $1,000 or $2,000, just to be like, I did it. It's doable, so that's what I'm gonna do. I should say it's doable for me, because of the privileges that I have. It's doable for me. As far as who I've told the big secret to, it's still the same people. My mother, my grandmother, my uncle, 3 of my close friends. Next month is my birthday. I'll be 26. And I really want to make the announcement then. And not only because I'm turning 26, but next month has a lot of meanings to it as well. So, hint, 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 hint. And then also, I'm always being caught up in some bizarre, crazy shit. And, being 100% honest and transparent. Some of it's my fault. But then other things are not my fault. And then also mental health is serious. But then also being accountable for your actions is also serious. So I feel like it's a combination of things, Caviars are freaking live. Life. Anyways, this job is a decent income. But at the same time, when you start calculating the fact that you're working 60 plus hours a week, 7 days a week, and you're traveling and you're putting mileage and wear and tear and wasting gas on your vehicle, the monthly income, you get paid bi-weekly, but the monthly income does not really match what you're doing. So I do realize as I go into the future, I'm going to always be an activist. That's just deeply rooted in my blood. But I know these types of jobs I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not, because it's just too much. It is way too much. And my ultimate goal too is to turn my commentary, my being a creator, my videography, cinematography, and even my writing, because I love to write and read. I'm going to turn it into like one of my main sources of income very soon. But at the same time, I'm also learning. Shout out to Don. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Tiffany. Shout out to Megan, Anthony, Corey. There's a lot of you. Capitalism sucks. It sucks. And it's ruining lives, and it really takes away creativity, because it makes us to the point where our whole focus is how much money we can make so we can pay bills, so we can buy shit, because they told us that if we don't buy it, we're not going to be happy. So we're constantly trying to consume shit, even though we're not making enough money to consume shit. And then like our whole life is being wrapped up in basically what I'm only worthy if I have the latest this, or whatever capitalism has designated as being valued. We're all trying to do that. So like, which is why when I talk about my, I have $45,000 of student loan debt, is steadily increasing. Interest sucks. But because of capitalism, we've decided, well, certain degrees are useless, because we're literally allowing capitalism to decide the value of our lives, of our creations, of our happiness. And then, because of capitalism, we can't even really truly be our true selves, let alone reach our full potentials and be free to do things that is actually meaningful to us as people, and as individuals. We can't be creative that way, because our whole lives is literally a fucking hamster wheel chasing after the dollar bill or whatever currency or money you're going for. I mean, people are literally working 40 plus years, giving up 4 decades of time and life and experiences, only to retire, maybe have 5 to 20 years left of living, to be on a fixed income. You done gave 4 decades of your life, and you have nothing to show for it. I mean, and that's kind of how I feel about college at times too, because it's like, again, if it wasn't for capitalism and the capitalist machine driving the push, a lot of us wouldn't be going to college, because what the fuck? Why would I want to waste 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, however many years it takes for a piece of paper, when I could have been doing something that was truly meaningful and creative for me? You know? And that's what pisses me off, because a lot of us are never going to reach that, because we're constantly chasing after money. And then money is the driving force through capitalism. And you know me, I'm an activist. In my education, from sociology, substance abuse treatment, to social sciences, women, gender, and studies, U.S. history, politics, micro, macro, I do it all. My train of thought, my experiences have taught me and showed me capitalism is systemic oppression. It's drenched in white supremacy and racism and sexism and misogyny and homophobic and transphobia, and it's all bedded on oppression. Because in order for capitalism to work, somebody has to be at the bottom. And that bottom rank has to basically be permanently subservient. Capitalism doesn't allow everyone to be millionaires. Doesn't even allow everyone to make a living. I mean, the majority of the world is living on less than $1 or $2 a day.
I've been busy.
Well, have you at least thought about what we talked about?
Marinate on that.
Yeah, about leaving with you. Yeah.
And capitalism also has us constantly believing that everything is in scarcity. Scarcity is as in, it's going to go away, it's going to disappear, we don't have enough. And that's bullshit. I'm a firm believer that And granted, it's not just because I just smoked a really fascinating caviar. Love these things. I'm a firm believer that there is enough on this planet for all of us to have enough to thrive and survive and live meaningful lives. The problem with capitalism is people are greedy as fuck. People take more than they need all the time. And then and I'm guilty. I am guilty of it. I own my privilege and I recognize this what I have way more than I need. Which is another reason why I always feel guilty, but also why I'm always constantly paying it forward and giving back and sharing. Because I really do believe in communal space. And I think
what to do to stay up on my mind. She sent me pics of her naked posing like in a magazine. I wanna hit it like a drum whenever she goes.
Sorry, I almost forgot what was going on. I'm on my phone. But we gotta end it. But the point is, I'm working on that, and I am still considering my law school program and my PhD program and a dual program. But if not, definitely getting my law degree. I'm not gonna say definitely, but I would like to, right? But then at the same time, like today at work, we were having this discussion, like, damn, are we just gonna continue to fucking rake up student loans? Like, at what point do you stop, drop, and roll? Because your ass is going into debt. But then, at the same time, going back to logic, right? Going back to logic and philosophy, right? In understanding theories and social thought. It also is something deep in the sense that all of this is fake. None of this is real. Because, like, in theory, debt isn't real. Unless we make it real. Unless we make structures and regulations and laws. None of this stuff is fucking real until we put forth energy into making it exist, right? Because in theory, race, there is no such thing as race, you know? Or, there's no races. Skin color, complexion, this shit doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, we're fucking humans. We're all humans. But because of the structures that humans have put in place, we have racism, right? Because now we're looking at each other like, well, you're white, you're black, you're brown, you're yellow, you're orange, you're red, whatever the fuck. And then creating hierarchies to oppress and subjugate folks based off of skin complexion, based off of race, ethnicity, culture, religion, sexuality, gender identity. None of this shit in theory is real. At the end of the day, they're social constructions that humans have made to subjugate, conquer and divide, and oppress, and hurt, and harm, and destroy. And it's really fucked up when you really sit down and think about it. And it's not just because I just had an awesome fucking caviar. It's just, it's fucked up. And it should never have been this way. But anyways, so in theory, we don't really have debt, right? But in reality, through social constructions, thanks to capitalism, and hello, we have to have a subservient class in capitalism. We've made it where, education costs money, and costs a lot of money. And there's a debt. People are taking out student loan debts. Again, I have over $45,000. And it's like, are you just going to keep going into debt, or are you going to stop and recognize this probably isn't the smartest fucking decision? And again, if I could go back to 2010, when I graduated high school, I probably would have got my associates, but after my associates, I either would have went directly into being really working on my video and videography and really pushing out content, and or I would have went to the Air Force. and worked my way up the ranks and retired in 20 years and had a decent living with no student loans. And I'm gonna say this, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not going to say I won't go to the Air Force, because who fucking knows? Because I can easily, I mean, it would suck, but I could stop smoking weed and go back to not smoking weed and go into the Air Force and be an officer and work my way up the ranks, have my student loans paid off, have decent health insurance, and work my way up the ranks and retire in 20 years. I mean, those are possibilities. They're difficult as hell, and in many cases, damn near impossible, but they're doable. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. I've listened to his music all day, and you will hear his music throughout this video. Those of you who know me. I've been a Mac Miller fan since 2009 when he was Easy Mac. And I had all his mixtapes, his albums. I went to concerts. I met him. Follow me on Instagram, you will see the picture. Like me on Facebook, you will see the picture of me and Mac December 2016 when he was in the Royal Oak. I love that dude. His music was fucking angel dust to my ears, you know? Like, it was just amazing. And here we go. Another creative, amazing person dead. Drug overdose. Malcolm McCormick, aka Mac Miller, aka Macadelic, aka Camrellum. You know, most dope, kicking incredibly dope shit since '92. Rest in peace. I've been down and out about that. I'm gonna be honest, I have, because it really makes me think about my own life, and it makes me think about my own morality and death, and like what I've been dealing with ongoing basically my whole life, but it's really been hitting me hard the last couple of years. And then this year, it was just like a motherfucking tsunami, typhoon, earthquake, tornado, hurricane, just wrecking ball my ass this year, man. Wrecking ball that shit. Which is why I want to, in October, make the big video, the big what I've been talking about, the hinting to. Because your mental health is so fucking important. Your physical health is so fucking important. And when you don't have those things in order, and they're not balanced, and there's an issue or a chemical imbalance or whatever it may be, you're not going to be able to function properly. And you will find yourself trying to cope. But then also, we never get to the root causes of why people want to be high, why we want to get away, why we don't want to be in reality, why we don't want to fucking exist for that brief moment. That brief moment when you are away. Shit is so intense. And it's euphoric. You're peaceful. You're not sweating. Your heart's not beating super fast. Your brain is you're at peace. You're at ease. You're at calm. That feeling. Fucking amazing. Another thing is, when I'm high, I'm able to make these videos, and I'm able to vent and actually get my thoughts out. And like, I'm super creative. I'm already creative, but I'm like on a whole fucking another level of creativity. Where I'm like, I can't do this sober. I can't do, because one, I have anxiety, fucking yang games. Right? And I have other mental health issues that I haven't talked about, which I'll let you know. And I have other issues that I've been dealing with. That's why I really wanted October meets, you know. But, and I have a lot of childhood and just things that I've been through that, again, I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work through. But it's going to take time.
If I make you get a second life, this time I'ma get it right. What does it mean to be a sensation? Do you have to be sensational? And how you know you made it? When you're with Killer Cam watching Paid in Full.
Videos get long. Just wanted to give you guys an update.
Got a song I wanna play for you, so can you sing that back to me? I said, what does it mean to be a sensation? Do you
Wanted
have
to give
to
you
be
guys an update.
sensational? How you know you made it? When you're with Killer Cam watching Paid in Full. I never had good grades in school, but
Follow me on social media, links are in the description box below. Check out Ask a Millennial. Ask a Millennial, link is in the description box below. Check them out, subscribe, thumbs up. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and there will be a big update and more updates to come.
What are you afraid of?